There's a unique magic to walking through the halls of history. You're surrounded by the echoes of genius, the weight of centuries, the very artifacts that have shaped our world. It's a place for connection, for inspiration, for that quiet, profound moment when a piece of art or history truly speaks to you. You want to understand it, to know its story, to feel the context behind its creation. So you walk over to the information desk, ready to deepen your experience. And that's where the magic often comes to a screeching halt. Picture this, you're standing in a world-famous museum, and they want $28 for a clunky audio guide. That's not a typo. $28. For a device that feels like it was excavated from a time capsule buried in 1998, it has a tiny pixelated screen, a set of greasy foam headphones, and a battery life that's a constant source of anxiety. For the price of a 3-month subscription to a music streaming service with 100 million songs, you get a pre-recorded 45-minute lecture that you can't pause, rewind, or interact with. You're paying a premium for an experience that is fundamentally broken. And for what? For information your phone could deliver in seconds. The very device in your pocket has instant access to the entire corpus of human knowledge. You can pull up the artist's biography, read critical essays, watch documentaries, or even find high-resolution images to zoom in on the brushstrokes. All of that is available for free, in a matter of moments. Yet here we are, being asked to pay a premium for a technology that is objectively worse in every conceivable way. Now, let's do some back-of-the-envelope math. The top 100 museums in the world attract over 230 million visitors annually. Let's be conservative and say only 5% of them rent an audio guide. At an average price of, let's say, $15, which is generous, that's over $170 million. Multiply that by millions of tourists, and you've uncovered a $150 million global market that's still running on 1990s tech. This isn't a niche problem, it's a colossal, global inefficiency. It's a market hiding in plain sight, sustained only by a lack of a better modern alternative. The user experience is terrible, the price is exorbitant, and the technology is ancient. This is the perfect storm for disruption. Now here's the kicker. 2025's AI can narrate, translate, and personalize stories in real time. This isn't science fiction, this is off-the-shelf technology. We have generative voice models that can craft compelling narratives in any style you want. Imagine hearing about Van Gogh from the perspective of his brother Theo, or learning about a battle from a soldier who was there. We have real-time translation APIs that can instantly deliver these stories in dozens of languages, making art accessible to everyone, regardless of their native tongue. But the real game changer is personalization. An AI guide can be your personal art historian. It can create a custom tour for you based on the 45 minutes you have before your train leaves. It can tailor its explanations to your existing knowledge, whether you're a seasoned art critic or a complete beginner. You could ask it questions directly. Why did the artist use so much blue? Or what was happening in the world when this was painted? And get an intelligent, context-aware answer instantly. It transforms a passive lecture into an active, engaging conversation. So why does this gap exist? Why haven't the museums themselves fixed this? The truth is, these institutions are slow-moving giants. Their primary missions are conservation, research, and curation, not tech development. For them, the current system, while outdated, represents a reliable, low-effort revenue stream. They profit because people assume there's no alternative. There's no incentive to invest millions in developing a new system when the old one still, technically works. This bureaucratic inertia is your single greatest advantage. But what if you could flip the script, turning this outdated system into your next scalable business? What if you could build a better product, offer it at a lower price, and capture a significant slice of that $150 million pie? That's what we do here at Market Gap. Prototype the future of finance, one untapped opportunity at a time. We don't just talk about ideas, we dissect them, pressure test them, and build a blueprint for you to follow. Today I'll show you how I tested the AI Museum Wingman, a business model that leverages AI to disrupt the museum guide industry. We are going to build a roadmap from the ground up, giving you everything you need to seriously evaluate and even launch this venture. You'll see the tech, breaking down the exact AI models and platforms you can use to build a prototype for less than the cost of a single audio guide rental. You'll see the market math, where we'll build a detailed financial model to project potential revenue, costs, and profit margins. We'll explore the legal angles, navigating the complexities of copyright and intellectual property within cultural institutions. And most importantly, we'll map out how you could turn this gap into real income, analyzing different monetization strategies from one-time purchases to subscription models. This isn't just an idea, it's a business in a box. Let's get started. Market analysis. Why this gap exists. To understand the opportunity, we first need to understand the landscape. Let's break down the numbers. The world of museums and cultural tourism is a global economic powerhouse, raking in over $31 billion a year. This represents the entire ecosystem, from grand national galleries to small-town historical societies. Now within this massive market, let's zoom in on audio guides. Currently, they represent a $150 million slice of that pie. And while that market is growing at a respectable 7% annually, we have to ask, is respectable good enough? In an age of exponential technological growth, this suggests a market that is coasting, not innovating, leaving a colossal opportunity on the table. And here is where the story gets truly interesting. The kicker. A staggering 73% of museum visitors already carry a powerful computer in their pocket, their smartphone. The distribution channel is already in place. Yet despite this, only 31% of these visitors actually pay for the traditional, rented audio guides. That leaves a 42% market gap. This isn't just a percentage, it's a chasm between what visitors have and what they're being offered. We're talking about millions of tourists every year who are left underserved. Think about it. A visitor standing in front of a masterpiece, missing the story of its creation, its context, its soul. This 42% gap also represents a massive untapped financial opportunity. Capturing this audience could more than double the market, creating an additional potential revenue of over $200 million annually. So why does this huge gap exist? Why are people choosing to opt out? The answer is a trifecta of failure in the current offering. First, the official guides are expensive. A rental can be $10, $15, even $20. For a family of 4, that's a significant extra cost on top of admission. Second, they are profoundly inconvenient. The process is a relic. Find the desk, wait in line, hand over an ID, get a clunky device, and then remember to return it. It adds friction and hassle to the experience. And finally, let's be honest, the content is pretty dull. The narration is often a dry, one-size-fits-all script that hasn't been updated in years. It's a lecture, not a story. It can't answer your questions or adapt to your interests, failing to connect with almost anyone. But what if we could eliminate every one of those problems? Meanwhile, the technology to revolutionize this experience has been quietly maturing. Modern AI, specifically computer vision and large language models, can act as a personal art historian for every visitor. Imagine pointing your phone's camera at any object. The AI vision instantly recognizes it. Then the language model synthesizes information from thousands of sources to generate a rich, compelling story on the spot. And this is the magic part. It's personal. You can ask it questions. Tell me about the artist's childhood. Explain this in a way my 10-year-old can understand. The AI can adapt its tone and complexity to your curiosity. Furthermore, it can do this instantly in any language, making art truly accessible to everyone. This isn't an incremental improvement, it's a paradigm shift. So let's recap. The technology is ready. The processing power in our pockets and the sophistication of AI models are mature and accessible. The market is waiting. That 42% gap isn't a void, it's a vacuum, pulling for a better solution. It's millions of digitally native consumers who expect personalized, on-demand experiences. The institutions are ready too, seeking new revenue streams and deeper ways to engage their visitors. All the pieces are on the board, perfectly aligned. The only thing missing? Someone to connect the dots. Someone with the vision to bridge the gap between timeless art and cutting-edge technology, and to finally deliver the museum experience that the 21st century deserves. The AI Wingman Solution. We've all been there, standing in a magnificent museum surrounded by centuries of creativity, but feeling lost. The standard audio guide offers a one-size-fits-all narrative. The placards offer facts, but not the story. You're left wanting a deeper connection, a personal guide who understands your curiosity. What if you could have an expert art historian, a storyteller, and a translator all in your pocket, ready to focus on whatever catches your eye? This is where the frustration of the old way meets the elegance of a new solution. Here's how the AI Museum Wingman works. It's a simple process that leverages powerful AI to turn your smartphone into the ultimate tour guide. The experience is designed to be intuitive, immediate, and profoundly personal. Let's break it down step by step. First, take a picture. Snap a pic of any artwork or placard. It could be a masterpiece, a sculpture, or the text on the wall. You're not just capturing pixels, you're capturing a point of curiosity. This action is the key that unlocks a world of information, tailored to your interest in that moment. Next, you feed it into an AI app. We're talking about powerful multimodal models like GPT-4 with vision. These AIs don't just read text, the art. They analyze composition, color, brushstrokes, and style. They cross-reference this with the placard and a vast knowledge base of art history. You then guide the AI with a prompt. Ask it to explain this to a 5-year-old, or give me a university-level analysis. The AI synthesizes all this to generate a completely original, insightful narrative just for you. Finally, run the output through text-to-speech for instant narration. This isn't the robotic voice of the past. Modern neural TTS engines produce incredibly lifelike audio. You can choose a voice that suits your mood, a scholarly accent for an art gallery, or a friendly voice for a science museum. The text is converted into engaging audio you listen to on your headphones, turning the silent museum into a dynamic, auditory experience. And just like that, you've got a personalized, engaging tour, on your phone, in your language, with zero extra cost. A visitor from Japan can get a rich explanation in their native tongue. A student can ask for deeper analysis for a project. A parent can get a fun story to keep their child engaged. There are no rental lines, no outdated devices. It's just you, your curiosity, and AI-powered storytelling that adapts to your journey. It transforms you from a passive observer into an active participant in a conversation with history. But here's the real business insight. This isn't just a hack, it's a scalable platform. What I've described is the manual process. Imagine this packaged into a single, polished application that streamlines the entire workflow, offering a seamless user experience from snapshot to narration. This is where the true opportunity lies, moving from a clever process to a powerful product. The beauty of this model is its versatility. The same prompt framework can serve museums, historic sites, art fairs, and even zoos. Imagine walking through Pompeii, taking a picture of a ruin, and hearing a story about the family who lived there. Or visiting a botanical garden and getting instant information on a rare orchid. The application is almost limitless. Any location where objects or places have stories to tell becomes a potential market. So, you're not just saving tourist money, you're creating a product that's more flexible, more fun, and way more valuable. For the user, it's an experience of freedom and personalization. For the institution, it's a way to engage visitors more deeply, gather data on exhibit popularity, and offer a world-class accessibility tool without the overhead of physical hardware. This replaces a static, one-to-many broadcast with a dynamic one-to-one conversation, using technology not just to inform, but to ignite curiosity. Legal and ethical framework. Let's talk legality. Museums own their specific guide texts and device systems, but not the facts, history, or cultural context. Your AI isn't copying, it's reinterpreting. The secret sauce? Generate original stories, not replicas. Respect no photo zones. And always position your service as a creative, supplemental experience. Ethically, you're not undermining museums. You're enhancing the visitor journey. There's even partnership potential. Museums could license your tech, or you could offer a revenue share. The key is to add value, not cannibalize their core offers. Market validation test. I ran a real-world test. AI Wingman versus official guide. The museum's version? Clean but flat. Think Wikipedia with headphones. The AI version? Dynamic, contextual, even pulling in quotes and business insights. Tourists love the flexibility, the storytelling, and the ability to save and share their tours. Retention data backs this up. 78% of users preferred the AI-generated content for engagement, while 65% still valued official guides for authenticity. This isn't a zero-sum game, it's about market expansion and segmentation. Monetization models. 3 ways to turn this into income. Model how it works, why it scales local guide service. Offer AI-powered tours via your app. Earn per download or per tour. Low overhead, global reach, digital products. Sell AI hack packs for cities, for example Rome, Paris. $10 per download. Passive income, endless niches. Consulting licensing, build custom AI scripts for local tour companies, startups, or museums. B2B revenue, recurring contracts. Tourism is massive, but most travelers want affordable, flexible options. Your AI platform can serve the 42% who skip the official guides, plus new markets, universities, cities, even schools. Conclusion and CTA, is this hustle worth it? Absolutely. If you position smartly and focus on the storytelling edge. The real asset isn't museum data, it's your ability to turn AI into a personalized, scalable experience. So would you try this? Would you build the AI wingman and offer it to tourists? Drop your thoughts below, I read every comment. And if you want more deep dives into untapped AI-powered business ideas, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a new side hustle. Remember, you don't need to code to build the future, you just need to spot the gaps and fill them with creativity. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. Always do your own research before launching any business.